Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Russia takes losses in failed river crossing. Officials say Russia suffered heavy losses when Ukrainian forces destroyed the pontoon bridge enemy troops were using to try to cross a river in the east, Ukrainian and British officials said, another sign of Moscow's struggle to win decisive victories and salvage a war gone awry. Ukrainian authorities, meanwhile, opened the first war crimes trial of the conflict Friday, in proceedings that will be closely watched by international observers eager to ensure atrocities are fairly prosecuted. A Russian soldier stands accused of killing a Ukrainian civilian in the early days of the war. The trial gets underway as Russia's campaign in Ukraine's eastern industrial heartland of the Donbas makes faltering progress. Ukraine's Airborne Forces Command has released photos and video of what it said was a damaged Russian pontoon bridge over the Siversky Donets River and several destroyed or damaged Russian military vehicles nearby. Ukrainian news reports said troops thwarted Russian passage across the river earlier this week, leaving dozens of tanks or military vehicles damaged or abandoned. The command said Thursday its troops drowned the Russian occupiers. Britain's Defence Ministry said Friday that Russia lost significant armoured manoeuvre elements of at least one battalion tactical group as well as equipment used to deploy a makeshift floating bridge. Conducting river crossings in a contested environment is a highly risky manoeuvre and speaks to the pressure the Russian commanders are under to make progress in their operations in eastern Ukraine, the ministry said in its daily intelligence update. Russia's forces have struggled to do so, even after diverting troops from other parts of the country to the Donbas, the statement said. Some analysts initially thought the campaign in the Donbas might offer President Vladimir Putin an easier battleground after his forces failed to overrun the capital. Instead, Russian and Ukrainian troops have fought village by village. In that grinding fighting, the Ukrainian military chief for the eastern Luhansk region said Friday that Russian forces opened fire 31 times on residential areas the day before, destroying dozens of homes, notably in Hirsk and Popsnyanska villages, and a bridge in Rubizhne. Meanwhile, Ukrainian officials claimed another success in the Black Sea, saying their forces took out another Russian ship, though there was no confirmation from Russia and no casualties were reported. The Vsevolod-Bobrov logistics ship was badly damaged but not thought to have sunk when it was struck while trying to deliver an anti-aircraft system to Snake Island, said Oleksiy Arestovich, an advisor to the Ukrainian president. In April, the Ukrainian military sank the Moskva cruiser, the flagship of Russia's Black Sea Fleet. In March it destroyed the landing ship Saratov. In order to better fend off the Russian advance, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba urged his country as supporters in the group of 7 major economies to supply more weapons, including multiple launch rocket systems and military planes. He also asked them to put further pressure on Russia's economy by stepping up sanctions. The European Union's Foreign Affairs chief announced plans to give Ukraine another €500 million, $750 million, to buy heavy weapons to fend off the Russian invasion. The support of NATO countries to Ukraine has been key in its surprising success in stymieing Russia's invasion, which has also breathed new life into the Western alliance and could soon expand. On Thursday, Finland's president and prime minister announced that the Nordic country should apply right away for membership in the military defense pact founded in part to counter the Soviet Union. The announcement means it is all but certain to apply, and Sweden, likewise, is considering putting itself under NATO's protection. But Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan indicted Friday his country could use its status as a member of the alliance to veto moves to admit the two countries. In response to the war, Western nations have also imposed tough sanctions on Russia, and outrage only grew after allegations of atrocities committed by Moscow's troops began to emerge. On February 28, 4 days after Russia invaded Ukraine, Sergeant Vadim Shishamarin, 21, was among a group of Russian troops that had been defeated by Ukrainian forces, according to the prosecutor general. As the Russians fled, they headed to a village in the Sumy region, and Shishamarin is accused of shooting a 62-year-old Ukrainian man in the head there. The killing is just one of several thousand potential war crimes that Ukrainian prosecutors are investigating. Many of the alleged atrocities came to light last month after Moscow's forces ended their bid to capture Kyiv and withdrew from around the capital, exposing mass graves and streets strewn with